welcome back to my channel. Last week I told y'all we had made some meatloaf with mashed potatoes and cabbage, and today I'm gonna show y'all, well, it's the same day, but I'm gonna show y'all in this video how to make mashed potatoes really easy. So I use Yukon gold potatoes. That's what I like making my potatoes with. So we're gonna start off with about about 6 large potatoes, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get them peeled up. And the fastest way to peel potatoes is to use a peeler. Okay, so as you can see, we got all of our potatoes peeled. I know I said I had about 6, but I just went ahead and did the whole bag, which is about 10 potatoes. It's about 10 potatoes total. So after you get them peeled, we're gonna go ahead and get them cut up. So you wanna use a sharp knife, go ahead and get them cut up into just little pieces. I would say about this size. You want them even so they cook evenly. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these up. Okay, as you can see, we went ahead and got our potatoes cut up. Now we're gonna go ahead and add them into some cold water in a pot. And you want it cold so it can cook evenly. You don't want it too hot. So we're just gonna add these potatoes in. We're gonna cut our heat into like a medium high. And we're just gonna bring them to a boil. And once these are brought to a boil, we'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, it's boiling. I did have to split my potatoes in a different pot because I put too many potatoes in this little pot. I underestimated how much I had, so don't be like me. So now that it's boiling, we're just gonna go ahead and salt the potatoes, add salt to it. And also I wanted to mention, sometimes when I make mashed potatoes, I do add broth in here, but you wanna make sure people who are eating this aren't like vegetarians or something, because sometimes I do add a little chicken broth or a little chicken bouillon, and you can do that. I just don't have any at the moment, but you can do that too to make yours a little more flavorful. But we're gonna go ahead and let these boil, and you want them to get like fork tender before you take them out. So we're just gonna check them, and they're pretty much almost there. I'm just gonna let them boil for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and pull them off the water. So I'll be back, y'all, when once I get these drained and in a pan, we'll be back. Okay guys, so our potatoes are done. They're fork tender, so we're gonna go ahead and just add them to this bowl. I've already drained them off. And we want to go ahead and add in a stick of butter while it's hot. So we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to use because these aren't really mashed potatoes, these are technically whipped potatoes. We're going to use our mixer, and we're going to go ahead and simply whisk these down. Don't be like me once again, y'all. I keep underestimating how much I have, and I put way too many potatoes in this bowl. So we're just gonna take some out because this bowl isn't that big. We're gonna add them back in slowly. So do that, don't be like me. So add in your stick of butter and go ahead and whisk. Okay, now we can add in a little bit more potato, and then you're gonna add in, let me get a measuring cup. Okay, so we're gonna, my bad, that was the whole point of me telling y'all to hold. So we're gonna go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of milk. So you wanna measure out 1/4 cup of milk, add that to your potatoes, and then we're gonna do 1/4 cup of heavy cream. 1/3 third a cup of heavy cream, and we're gonna whisk. And if your potatoes still look stiff like mine, add in a little more milk like I did. And I'm sorry, y'all, that I don't have the measurements. I'll try to write down the exact measurements that I used in the description somewhere. But I really just be eyeing this on how much liquid to put in here. But I do have it written down somewhere in one of my little recipe books. So I'll write it down exactly in the description for y'all how much liquid to add to this many potatoes. Because I know y'all like, how much am I adding? I just eye stuff because I'm used to making mashed potatoes, and I'm used to making, sometimes I'm making like 4 potatoes, a little bowl, and then sometimes I'm making like large pans of potatoes. So you just kind of learn to eye over time, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and whisk this. And depending on how stiff you like your potatoes, I would say add more liquid or less liquid. So some people like their potatoes like really creamy and runny. If you want them more creamy, add more heavy cream, or you can do half and half. I love half and half of my potatoes. I'm sad mine went bad and I couldn't use it. But heavy cream gets the job done just as well. So I'm just gonna add this last little spoon of potatoes that I have in this pan, and we're gonna go ahead and whisk that. That's why I added more liquid, because I had a little bit more potato left. So let's go ahead and whisk this. They are pretty much at the consistency that I like them. So let's go ahead and season them to our liking. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so for my seasonings, I like to add this little secret here, which is the Chick-fil-A ranch. I don't do a lot. I would say about a tablespoon. Just a little bit. Like I said, about a tablespoon of that. And then we're going to season it to taste. So this, I won't have measurements for, because you can taste this as you go. So I use garlic powder. And also, if you like your potatoes really garlicky, I don't think I showed y'all, but I did add some minced garlic into my boiling water before I let it come to a boil. So before I put my potatoes in, I went ahead and had my garlic in the water too. So you can put, like, I would say about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of minced garlic in your boiling water. I did forget to show y'all that step because I'm just so used to cooking without a camera. This is new to me, so thank y'all for being patient. We're gonna go ahead and add in some onion powder. And like I said, you season to taste. I don't like it real oniony, so just a little. And then we're gonna add a little bit more salt. And we're gonna get some of our salt from the ranch. So you don't have to overly salt it if you add some ranch to it, because ranch is salty. And that kind of gives it a little extra flavor, you know. Sometimes people be like, I don't want to add more salt, so just add just a little bit of ranch because it contains salt and it gives it a little more of a creamy flavor. My favorite thing to add to my potatoes is Italian seasoning, because it has all the herbs and good stuff in it. So we're gonna go ahead, and it gives it a pretty color too as well. So we're gonna go ahead and add some Italian seasoning. And I like a lot of this, y'all. Like, this is where that flavor comes from. Then we're gonna go ahead and mix. I'm gonna see if I can use this spoon to mix. I might have to get another one though. Oh yeah, it's nice and creamy, y'all. These are gonna be so good. So you just wanna mix it up, get all your ingredients incorporated, especially that ranch. You wanna get it nice and mixed in. And then you want to go ahead and taste it. Now, when you're tasting and you're cooking for other people, y'all, please make sure you do not double dip. So we're gonna use this spoon to taste, and we're gonna toss it. And if you wanna try adding more seasonings, will get a new spoon. Remember that, y'all. Don't be nasty in the kitchen. So you can taste it to see how much flavor you like. These are very garlicky, I will say. I think it does need just a tad more salt. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more salt to it. And I do want just a little bit more ranch, y'all. Like, so this sea salt, it's not really as strong to me as like regular salt. So it may look like I'm adding a lot of salt in here, but I'm really not, because this to me don't read. I need to get some more fine grain salt. It gives the flavor a little faster to me. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe I'll learn one day and tell y'all. So I'm just gonna add just like another little dab of ranch. And mix it up. I should have used a different spoon because this spoon is flimsy. But that's good though, because it's not sticking. But you want your potatoes to kind of have, let me move this out the way so y'all can see. You want it to kind of have this consistency to it. And you can go back in and add more butter if you like and all of that. It's all, mashed potatoes are about preference. So the thing is, you have to taste while you go when you're making mashed potatoes. I'm just giving y'all the basis of how to get started. You can season them how you like, whatever flavors you like. Some people, you know, like other flavors in there. They add cheese. Sometimes I add sour cream to mine to give it like a more light taste. But there are plenty of different ways you can make potatoes. But these are just my version of whipped mashed potatoes. So we're going to get another spoon. Like I said, don't be nasty in the kitchen. And we're going to taste. Perfect. Those are where I like it. So those are the mashed potatoes, y'all. Get into it. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you watched the video from last week, and if you haven't, go back and watch how I made that delicious meatloaf. We paired these with the meatloaf. So if you didn't know how to make whipped mashed potatoes, now you do. Thank you for watching Kitchen Kent, and I'll see you guys next time.